Centers of power often appear permanent. Capitals dominate maps for generations. Administrative systems concentrate around them. Roads lead toward them, and political authority begins to feel anchored to a specific place. But from the perspective of geography, no center remains dominant forever. This is Achronic, a long-form documentary series about power, geography, and time. Not events, not heroes, not chronology, structures that outlast empires. Political systems invest enormous effort in stabilizing their centers. They build administrative capitals. They concentrate wealth and institutions. They construct infrastructure designed to reinforce the importance of a single location. Over time, these centers appear inevitable, but the forces that create centers are rarely static. Trade networks evolve. Trade networks rarely remain fixed for long periods of time. New routes appear as technology alters the cost of distance. Rivers that once carried the majority of regional commerce may lose importance when railways or highways offer faster alternatives. Ports that once connected distant markets may decline when new maritime corridors become more efficient. At the same time, regions that once appeared peripheral can suddenly become central once new transport systems pass through them. A railway junction can transform a quiet town into a logistical center. A canal can redirect entire flows of commerce. A highway corridor can concentrate economic activity along landscapes that previously saw little movement. These changes accumulate gradually, and over time they reshape the geography of influence across entire regions. Population flows reorganize economic activity, and slowly, often invisibly, the balance of geographic advantage begins to shift. A port that once connected the largest trade routes may lose importance as new corridors emerge. A city that once controlled regional movement may become peripheral as transport systems bypass it. Even administrative capitals can lose relevance when the flows that once sustained them begin to move elsewhere. Political systems often resist these changes. They attempt to preserve the centrality of their capitals through policy, infrastructure, and administrative authority. But geography rarely obeys political intention for long. Movement gradually reorganizes itself around new advantages. Trade routes adapt. New cities emerge along expanding corridors. Peripheral regions begin attracting economic activity that once belonged to established centers. What once appeared to be the natural center of power slowly becomes one node among many. This shift rarely happens quickly. Centers of power usually decline gradually rather than collapsing suddenly. Administrative importance may persist long after economic influence has moved elsewhere. Institutions remain. Government buildings remain. But the flows that once sustained those institutions begin to migrate. Over decades and sometimes centuries, the geography of influence reorganizes itself. New centers appear where movement concentrates. Old centers remain visible but no longer dominant. This process can take generations to become visible. For long periods of time, political authority continues behaving as if the old center still dominates the system. Institutions remain concentrated there. Administrative power continues radiating outward from it. Yet beneath this surface stability, the deeper geography of movement may already be reorganizing itself. Trade may be shifting toward other ports. Population growth may be accelerating in different regions. New corridors may be quietly redirecting the flows that sustain economic life. Eventually, these shifts accumulate to the point where the old center can no longer maintain the same influence. At that moment, the change becomes visible, but the transformation itself often began decades earlier, because geography does not preserve centers. It preserves movement, and wherever movement concentrates, power eventually follows.